So the numbers are in, and well, it's not looking too good for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, at least with the numbers. Now, when it comes to everything else, graphics check, characters check. Hi, Tifa. Yuffie is now like damn near the star of the damn game. Seriously, give this girl her own game. No, I shouldn't say that because they're gonna drop some more DLC, and y'all know how we feel about it. If it's good, I'll buy it. Sound check, gameplay check, check. But when it comes down to the numbers, well, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is not doing as well as Japan, at least, wanted it to. And that's not counting all the digital sales. That's not accounting UK, USA, Japan. It's just Japan. But I've seen the list here on Twitter. I think it was like yesterday or so. Shout out to the homie OJ. He posted it. He got it reposted from Gamer Sutra. And I'm not going to read every single thing. I'll put it up. And I'll put a link in the description. So if y'all want to check out the full thing, you can see within the first week of sales what Final Fantasies has done the best. So it's been a steady decline since, well, forever. I have a theory on this, but let me read the numbers, then we'll get into it. So for Final Fantasy VII, it was 2,034,879, and then for 8, it was 2.5 million. I'm just gonna round it up to the nearest 100,000 for my own sanity. For Final Fantasy IX, it was 1.9. For Final Fantasy X, which surprises me, it was 1.7. For Final Fantasy X2, it was 1.4. It hopped back up back in, what is that, 06 for Final Fantasy 12 for 1.8. Final Fantasy 13 was a 1.5, and Final Fantasy 13-2 was 605,000. Lightning's Return dropped half of that to 300,000, and Final Fantasy 15 hopped back, kind of like doubled, with 716,000. FF7 Remake came in at 702,000, and then Final Fantasy 16 half that again at 336,000. And this recent adaptation of Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, came in at 262,656 in units, dollars, gone, grossed. Look, so I have a theory on this. And my theory is, well, they lost their mojo and that magic when it came to Final Fantasies. However, this one is back, and that's an unfortunate, curious case of Benjamin Button. It's ass backwards, because seriously, Final Fantasy Rebirth, I just checked all the things. It sincerely, even when it comes to story, from at least where I'm at, no spoilers, y'all. I'm taking my time with the game. I didn't get a review copy, Square Enix, so I had to wait day of. And GameStop don't do midnight launches on Final Fantasy. It has to be a Call of Duty, or one of them NBA games, which I only get on the Steam sale now. But Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is by far better than Final Fantasy, I go count 14, better than Final Fantasy 16 by far. This is what they should have done with Final Fantasy 16. I debated, I argued, I was digitally punching the damn air like I was Trey from Boys in the Hood, knocking folks out like I was drinking juice in South Central with the Wayans brothers, sincerely, over on the Twitter box, because someone said to me, are you crazy that you think and you are more excited about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth than you are about 16? And the reason why, yes, is because I would rather them screw up 16 than screw up the memory, the nostalgia of what Final Fantasy VII is. And all of these things, the stars, magic, and the rainbows align for this to be a great game. Don't let the 10 out of 10s, out of 4s, out of 4s, out of 5 out of 5s fool you. Like, it really is that great of a game. And now, from this forward, this is the precedent. This is what we should see. This is the open world. This is the characters. This is the party, how the back people in the party wait for you. This is all the things that we need to see in 17, 18, 19, 20. This is the new norm for any other remake, any other remaster, any other thing with the Final Fantasy VII. Excuse me. Final Fantasy brand on it. It brought back heart into the series, and it's sad that Final Fantasy 16 has got over 100,000 more freaking sales than it. Now that's a travesty. Mainly it's a travesty in this because of the fact that I believe fans, anytime you get ready to go and play another Final Fantasy you hadn't played in a while, especially these us as OG triple OGs, unless you a hardcore die hard like myself, a lot of folks will play Final Fantasy from the nostalgia of when they were youth, and then they go around and see either a boy band, the female version of Cloud, which Star Wars with Kings and Knights, with Final Fantasy 12, Ash really still should have been the star of that game. And 16, where we couldn't even control a party. Yes, I know you technically couldn't control your party in 13, or technically you couldn't control your party in 15. And yeah, therein lies the problem. It's a huge gap between Final Fantasy 12, which did 1.8 million, and then Final Fantasy the remake, which did what, only I'm reading the list again. Where was it? Where remake did 700, it barely did half of that. It didn't even do 1 million. And that was during the COVID miasma years. It's sad that remake and rebirth are the better out of all of these that have dropped. Yet, you know what? I don't want to just say it's locked down to the fact that it's only on PlayStation. It's always only been, Final Fantasy's always only been primarily on one console. It was the 80s and 90s, mid 90s, all on Nintendo, and then mid 90s to present day is practically all on PlayStation. I still don't think that PlayStation should buy it, unless they do a Pixar type situation and they still have creative control. But if you buy something, if I'm buying something, like Microsoft, look, I will control what I want to control or how I want to control it. Persona has reached some of those sales and heights due to it being on Game Pass. So hopefully Square Enix can see the error of their ways, because more people need to play this game. But that's my thought. My theory is the changes of Final Fantasy, and folks have just gotten a little tired of being disappointed from a lot of the past Final Fantasies. Because while 16 was good, 15 was cool, 12 and 13, this was the best Final Fantasy with that Final Fantasy feeling since 10. But you ain't got to take my word for it. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully y'all liked the video. Matter of fact, let me know in the comment section below, were you expecting more sales? I was, honestly, at least 1 million. I was guaranteed at least 1 million. I was like, it's going to do better than Persona. But surprise, surprise. Yeah, Persona's on Game Pass and on Steam. So there does have a reason for that as well. So maybe, again, you'll see what's up, Square Enix, and you'll start porting everything over so Final Fantasy can be Final Fantasy again. We just need Final Fantasy to carry over from this one to the next one. You can't back up. You can't make the next one weak, some old creamy coffee. No, you can't do that. If you liked this video, y'all, do me a favor and hit that like button. It lets YouTube know you like the content that you see, and it helps put it in front of more people. Also, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all things RPGs, sprinkle with some of that Geek Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I make geekly content here on the channel all the time. And don't forget to check out Archives tomorrow. It will be, matter of fact, Rebirth's going to be on there around 8 o'clock. PST, 7 hours of pure, unadulterated role playing. And as always, remember to eat, geek, sleep, repeat. I'll holler at you on the next one. Peace.